What you can do it. On your own, give your best. Yeah, relax. On the last day, before the exam, the last day, I don't recommend you to read anything. Be happy, be composed that you have done enough. It is just like you are going for a pilgrimage center to see your favorite God. Candidates, all of you, please remember, if it is difficult for all. You are not an exception. Right. If it is easy, it's equally easy for all.
Hello dear aspirants, I am Vishal Salsekar and I welcome you all for this special series of discussion organized by Vision IAS regarding UPSC CSE Prelims 2024. As there are less than 30 days remaining for the examination, the students are facing a lot of issues and anxieties. To discuss more about this and the strategy for last 30 days, I am joined by Mr. Seenaiah sir, who is the faculty of Vision IAS. Welcome sir.
Welcome.
So sir, like there are less than 30 days remaining. So how an aspirant who is serious regarding the examination should be planning his or her next 30 days for the examination?
See Vishal, objectively speaking, it's not 30 days. We are left with, you see, half of the time will go for our day-to-day activity. We are left with hardly 2-3 weeks maximum. So judicious distribution of time for the different components of gender studies is the question before us. Our sincere suggestions to the boys, number one, no point in reading something new now. Don't get carried away by the news that you get, some material advanced or some material is really good. Now you must read this. Don't ever venture into new areas. More important is you must be very strong with your basics. My 30 years of experience had shown me whoever strong with his basics, they had done fairly well. Okay. For one question's sake or two questions' sake, there is no point in moving earth and heaven, I am telling you. There is no point in going for wide, extensive study at this hour. At this hour. So, you have read enough. Try to recapitulate the memory, whatever that you have read, consolidate it well, relax well. Don't get carried away by tension and that, obsession that you are not being up to the mark and all that. Please drive them away. So, what is very important is stick to the fundamentals. This is number one, very important thing. Okay. Now, when you are left with, as per my calculation goes, how many hours, I worked out hours also, you are left with maximum of 260 to 300 hours only. Right. Hours wise also, if we calculate it. Okay. That way, you see, then we have not less than 6 to 7 components of gender studies. Right. Okay. Go for conventional subjects first to finish them off fast. Exactly. Let's say polity, geography, history, culture, they are conventional. They are the core areas also. Right. You can finish them off fast. Right. Okay. Spare maximum of 2-3 days wise if you go for each subject of these conventional areas and finish them off. Current events is a must for us. So every day morning, minimum of 2 to 3 hours, spare it for current events to refurbish your memory, to keep in touch with the trends and the latest developments and all that. That is the strategy that I can suggest for people.
Right, sir. So now coming to the revision related aspect, because one thing which you have highlighted regarding the consolidation of the material, because student right now is having a lot of material with them, and in market also you might have seen a lot of new material is being circulated, and then there is a issue of fear of missing out. Like if I'm not referring to any material, then I might be thinking that all the questions are coming from that material only. No. So how the student should be dealing with these?
No, I'm telling you, there is no point in thinking like that. Right. So fundamentally, when you are again I'm telling you, if you are strong with your basics, right, there is no question of you missing out something, right, that is there extraordinarily there. Right. See, an average student, above average student, below average student, this is how UPSC would set the pattern for the paper. If question above average student also is not able to answer, then the question is as good as it's not given. For that sake, why are you bothered about all that? See that when you are not, in the losing end, When all others are in a position to answer and you are not able to answer, that's a matter of concern. Okay, don't come to that level. Okay, so first stick to the fundamentals, be strong with that. Answer is there in between A, B, C, D only. Application of mind is very, very, very important in the exam hall. So for that, you should tune your mindset first. Okay, think more about whatever that you have read. Reflect more on what you read. This is what is the success, route to the success. Rather than going after madly every material, finally ending up as a confused soul and also agitated. However much you read, where is the end for that? Realize the limitation here. No point. Government of India conducting the exam, Union Public Service Commission, they have notified. That is a Ministry of Broadcasting and Civil, the information and broadcasting. They publish their publications. So they are authentic sources for us. A candidate preparing for UPSC is expected to go through them. Okay, this is why UPSC is very particular to make the candidates read the sources, not the materials. Okay, I am making it to quite point blank clear to you people. Better not you be after the study materials of any institute. Go through the basics, go to the textbooks, go to the established sources, okay, which are recommended by your concerned faculties, and be thorough with them. Okay, I am 100% sure, with conviction I am telling you, you would fare extremely well. You are asking us the question, sir, where is the answer for this question? Where is the answer for this question? Unfortunately, we feel very bad. The questions, answers are there, very much there in NCRTs. You have not opened the NCRT. That is the problem. So stick to the fundamentals. Yes.
So stick to the fundamental and do not.
And I am telling you another important thing. 15 days, I am telling you, is sufficient. Sufficient at this hour, it's not too late, provided you are totally involved. Involved effort, last bit. I have seen my friends made it to top services. They sit into just 24 days before the exam and they have fared extremely well. Okay. So what matters is your involvement in preparation is what that matters, and more about that planned preparation. Okay. If you ask me a question on planned preparation, I will tell you what planned preparation, particularly for a history subject.
Right. So now coming to that same question only that you have highlighted, that history is one of the subject where student might be feeling an issue with, because right now whatever sources student may refer, there are some question which student thinks that they are coming out from the conventional books that they are reading. So in this manner, like how a student should plan for the history related section in general?
They will definitely, UPSC will give question like that. Okay, see, for instance, Krishna Bhagavan had blown a flute. Where is the answer for this question? Where do you find this answer? Buddha Bhagavan touching the earth as an evidence for his enlightenment. That is there. That is there in Introduction to Indian Art Volume 1. Okay, the problem is sometimes it appears they are going beyond their framework, but it's not. You have to apply your reason. Okay, all questions cannot straight away then and there offhand you can give the answer. Okay, so there you have to apply your mindset, you have to apply your reason, judgment, faculties of judgment, then you will arrive at the right answer. Come to that stage. I take this opportunity to tell you, practically it is impossible to remember. Impossible to remember whatever that you read. So first you drive away this idea that I must remember whatever I read. Impossible. Don't do that. Try to understand. Understand. Conceptually, there are key areas, catch hold of them, reflect on them, then judge the question. Okay, UPSC deliberately sets the question in a negative form and in a rather misleading manner. We should not get misled. That's where the real, thorough preparedness comes into picture. Yes.
So sir, now a follow-up to this only, like what are the high yielding areas in the history subject? Can you briefly tell our
Sure. That's very important. For ancient India, it is meant only culture. Medieval India, it is meant only culture. Culture of ancient India and medieval India meant what? Okay, number one, prehistoric cultures. Prehistoric sites, sometimes they are giving questions on prehistoric sites, number one. Number two, generally, I am telling you, you will not have UPSC without UPSC question paper, prelims, without Indus Valley civilization. Generally. Okay, so give a thought. What are the important sites and the findings of Indus Valley? Art forms of Indus Valley, very important. Third important thing is Vedic society. And there under Vedic civilization, Vedic literature is very important. They are giving questions on Vedas, Upanishads, and Upavedas and all that. Vedic literature connected. Vedic literature very important. Above all that, I am telling you, you will not have a paper without referring to Buddhism. Buddhism, Jainism and Brahmanism, 6th century reformist movements. Again, it comes under culture only. Contribution of Buddhism for Indian culture, art, architecture, literature of the Buddhism, Buddhist philosophy. These are the areas where they are giving questions. Similarly, the same applies to Jainism. Then you go to Tamil Sangam literature. Tamil Sangam literature, the oldest literary tradition, I should say. Okay, next to Vedas, you have the oldest literary tradition started in Tamil Nadu. There some titles are there. Try to remember. I know it's very difficult. At least understand. If you understand, then you can figure out, yes, this comes under Tamil literature as closely connected to Tamil. Come to that stage to figure out what is what about this. Practically difficult, right? I'm telling you, I'm admitting, it's difficult to remember. Come to that stage in figuring out what is what about. Then after Tamil literature, you have Mauryan art forms. Okay, they are not giving questions on Samrat Ashok. They are giving questions on Ashokan inscriptions. They are giving questions on Ashokan pillars, Mauryan art forms, Gupta Golden Age. Then you have great cultural contribution made by Pallavas, Pallavan art, architecture, literature, music, painting developed under Pallavas. Then Western Chalukyas. Class, please remember, class in sense audience wise, I am telling you that they are giving questions also on evolution of temple architecture. Invariably, you see one question or the other one temple. Okay, Dravidian, Nagara and Vaisara styles. This is ancient India. Boys, girls, candidates, please understand, don't waste your time on battles, wars, kings, who defeated whom. This is nonsense for UPSC. Okay. UPSC had given questions twice on Mrityagadikam, drama by Shudraka. They had not given any question on Samudragupta, Chandragupta too and all that. So what the history you think is not history for UPSC, please don't bother about years, wars, names of the kings, battles. Okay. This is a very important point I want to strike. Number one. They are not giving, then why are you bothered about it? Secondly, in medieval India, Indo-Islamic culture, advent of Islam, okay, how it affected our cultural system. You have Bhakti movement, Sufi movement, reformist movements. Then Islam influenced our music tradition, Hindustani Carnatic music traditions. You have evolution of painting. Okay, then local languages developed. Okay, art and architecture, Indo-Islamic architecture developed. Class and candidates preparing, please remember, this is the essence of medieval India. Then you may ask me, sir, Alauddin Khilji, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, Alauddin Khilji, Akbar, Babur, nahi hai, questions nahi aata. Dikhaye, not a single question they had asked on Alauddin Khilji, Muhammad bin Tughlaq and all that. They had given questions connected again to cultural history. So kindly focus light on this. And no exception for modern India. Modern India entirely important. Okay, and this apart, please remember also another important thing. Administrative systems important, revenue settlements important, development of science and technology important. Very rarely they are giving, but better you be thorough with that. Don't go beyond this framework. Very important.
I think that's what very comprehensive strategy that you have given for the aspirants,
Yes.
because all the important topics you have covered, sir. So thank you very much, sir, for this. Now, sir, coming to another important aspect, which is practice. So less than 30 days, a lot of practice need to be made by a candidate. And there are even those candidates who might not have done that much practice till this point of time. So it is advisable to the candidate to appear for new mocks now onwards, or like whatever they are doing, they should consolidate only that only.
No, better they take marks. They take tests, better they take tests. But my sincere advice, don't get carried away by marks. performance. Okay, tests are set in a standard. They have a specific standard. They take lot care about the standard. So if it is question of standard, then you may not perform well. Okay, that does not mean that should get your spirits dampened. Okay, don't get carried away by your performance levels, but definitely you take the test, see the explanation, then you are into the system. You are tuned yourself into the system.
So what you are suggesting is doing the value addition from the test rather than going for
Yes, yes.
marks and taking those
No,
marks
don't
early.
bother about marks.
Exactly.
Don't bother about marks. Bother about only UPSC. Okay. Don't bother about these, various coaching centers conducting the tests and all that. Okay. See the explanation they are giving. The more you are giving the test, the more you are looking at the explanation, you are grading without your knowledge gradually into the system. That is what is very important.
Right.
So take the test.
Right, sir.
Okay.
No, so now, sir, coming to the D-Day for the examination, which is on the 16th June. So how a student should be conducting himself or herself on that particular day? Because right now, what kind of confusion student might be having is how many number of questions I should be attempting on that particular day.
There you see the UPSC's pattern is unpredictable. It is unpredictable service commission. You cannot. Okay. You cannot go to the exam with a preconceived idea, okay, that these many questions will come from this subject. I will answer these many. Cutoff must be. Cutoff has literally no meaning at all. It all depends on general performance level of the candidates in that particular year. So what cutoff you can say? Last year cutoff is different. This year cutoff is going to be much more so different. So there is nothing called general cutoff. Don't give any importance for these ideas. Only think about how to perform well. Okay, go to the exam with a blank mind. Okay, blank mind in sense not forgetting perform already what you study. Okay, with an open mind and accept the challenge. It's a challenge you are ready to accept. Think like that, then you perform better. Don't bother about cutoff. Don't bother about how they are going to give question. Remember one thing, candidates, all of you, please remember. If it is difficult for all. You are not an exception. If it is easy, it's equally easy for all. Okay, there you don't be miss out. In sense that don't you be on the losing end. When a question is easy for everyone, you should also be in a position to answer it. Very few can answer difficult questions. Okay, if you are there, nothing like that. Otherwise also doesn't matter. Yes.
So, sir, now all these things that you are suggesting, in general, before going to examination, till that point of time, there is a lot of pressure, mental pressure, stress, anxiety, that student is getting bothered about all these things, right? So, how to deal with this kind of stress, anxiety?
See, Vishal, I tell you, pressure is mainly because you are bothered about result. It's because you are bothered about result, this pressure. Okay, why are you bothered about result? Okay, I tell you, people in the class also, I take the same idea and pass it on to you. Nishkama karma. There is nothing in your hand. What you can do it. On your own, give your best. Okay, rest of it, that's not there. What to happen, it will happen. Why are you bothered about it? You get into IAS, fine, it's fantastic. Otherwise, equally good. We have done my bit of duty. So this idea is composed nature is very important. Then you will not have tension. Okay. Don't entertain the idea what will happen to me if I don't clear you. This is the question I very often face. Nothing will happen. Why are you bothered about it? Do your duty best. Okay, I have given my best. I prepared very well. No mistake from my side. And the result is not in my favor. Doesn't matter. All cannot become IAS. Okay, it's a competition. Competition itself means elimination. Okay. We try our best not to get eliminated. Okay. Think about only that. Give your best. Don't bother about result. This is one thing one must remember. Second thing, you are definitely not going to be on the wrong side. Think about this. Application of mind is very, very, very important. Okay. So when you are applying and all others are also in the same system, then there is a possibility for you to score an edge. Over the others, when you don't commit a mistake like getting tensed up. Okay, tension, you please rule it out. If you are getting tensed, you are getting agitated, mind will not allow you to function.
Right.
It will give a counterproductive result.
That was a very
disastrous.
comprehensive thing.
It's disastrous.
Right,
Okay,
sir.
don't do that.
Right, sir.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. So, sir, that was very comprehensive, and I must say that student might have got a lot of inspiration from this, because at this juncture, students are getting confused and they are having the serious anxiety things. But what you have suggested is completely true, and that will surely going to help the aspirants.
Yeah, relax. On the last day, before the exam, the last day, I don't recommend you to read anything. Don't read anything. Be happy, be composed that you have done enough. It is just like you are going for a pilgrimage center to see your favorite God. Got the point? Enjoy your preparation. This is what every day I tell. Enjoy your preparation, enjoy whatever that you do, then that would be a stress-free exercise. Okay, take it as a challenge. Okay, don't get carried away by the idea, result and all that. Don't expect the result. Okay, do your duty, that's it.
That was very good summarization of this, sir. So, sir, thank you very much for joining for this particular session. And I think, and I'm very sure that candidates might have got a lot of insights from this, and they even got a lot of like high value topics in the history subject also.
Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to share my ideas with
Sir,
you.
pleasure is ours, sir.
God bless you all. Do well. All the best. Candidates, all the best to you all.
Thank you, sir. So with this, we came to an end to this particular session. But before ending the session, I would like to mention that the exam is just an exam. So please be calm and make sure that on that particular D-Day, you will perform very well if you will keep all your nerves under your control. So till that time, best of luck for your prelims examination and have a good day. Stay tuned with Vision IAS. Thank you.